Hello and welcome back to the Goat Cave podcast. Today's guest is the master of the 540 Hurricane and 720, 900 Hurricane, all those combos. But before we jump into that, I got a couple things I want to tell you guys about. So August 9th, the Sunday, I think it's the second Sunday in August, Money Talks Jam is actually back. That's the BMX jam where I pay you to ride. Rider of the Day takes home $50 and the Golden Goat Award, which is being custom made right now, and I'm super excited about how it's going to turn out. But yeah, I'm just really stoked to get the community together after months of hardship with COVID-19. So yeah, if you want to come hang out at the Street Jam, please come down. I can have up to 100 people, so we'll have a pretty good showing. But yeah, it'll be rad. We'll see you guys there. And then, yeah, I've just got an ad that we're going to play really quickly, and then we'll jump into the interview.
Artist with 25 years experience at some of the best tattoo shops in the country. I've worked alongside some of the best tattoo artists in the industry, been able to really grow and expand my portfolio and my wealth of knowledge. We are one of the Tri-Cities premier tattoo studios. We focus on creating a unique tattoo for each client in a friendly, welcoming, professional environment. We work closely with the Board of Health to set the standards for cleanliness and safety. If tattoos are not your thing, our piercer Deacon is fully accredited with the APP, the Association of Professional Piercers, and is considered one of the region's top piercers, leading the charge in innovation and growth within the piercing community. If you want to learn more, you can follow us on YouTube at Wonderland Tattoo Studios. If you want to check out my work, you can check it out on Instagram at Can't Contain the Wayne, or check out the shop's Instagram at Wonderland Tattoo Studios KW.
All right, and we are back after that quick ad there. Today's guest is best known for his insane hurricane combos and back rail fufanus. For years, he has been bringing the park community back towards the more simple days of just because he doesn't do flip whips doesn't mean that his riding isn't exciting. He has an amazing style packed with some awesome brake combos. He is currently riding for some of the biggest brands in BMX, including Fit Bike Co. and SpaceBrace. Joey Bagz, everybody. Joey, how are you?
Great. How are you?
Wonderful. I just want to thank you for taking the time to do this today. We're super excited to have you. You've been a very requested guest, actually. Yeah, so...
It's humbling to hear that I've been requested. So I appreciate it from you and from everybody else. Cheers.
Absolutely. Yeah, so the way I typically like to do this is we go all the way back to when you first started riding. So how'd you get started?
Oh, man. I was honestly, like, as a wee man, like a young kid, like, I just was always into, like, I guess, like, being athlete, I was, like, in Taekwondo and multiple different, MMA things, just growing up, like, wrestling. And, when I was really young, I saw a commercial of Matt Hoffman, I believe, doing a backflip. And while he was doing the backflip, he was slamming a chocolate milk, like those milk chug commercials. And I was like, oh, piss, dude, I want to do that. Dad, buy me a bike. And, it evolved from there.
Hell yeah. That is so rad. I like the fact that it was Matt Hoffman, like out of, this is episode 56, and I've had quite a few BMX riders on here, some of the biggest names. And a lot of those guys all started out with just something like, super random. Like they would see a bike down the street or like just something so small like that. But to hear that, like, Hoffman for a milk commercial got you into BMX. That's fucking cool.
Yeah, dude, it was definitely eye-opening as a little man. I was like, holy shit, how in the hell did that dude just do a backflip and come to milk? Like, obviously it was like screamed, but I was like, dude, I need to fucking get there, and I need to do that. Like, it was super exciting to watch, and I remember it like it was yesterday. My dad buying me my first actually BMX bike. It was a specialized Fat Boy 415. The fucking thing had to have weighed 70 plus pounds, and I was like this little 4.5 foot tall human being, and just tried to monster truck this bicycle around. It was fucking mental, but here we are. Keep going, baby. 32 years young, and I just it's what I live. I just love riding my bike. It's my number one opiate, I guess. My full on addiction. So.
Hell yeah, man. That's so rad. So other than Hoffman, who were some of the riders you looked up to when you were first starting?
Oh, man. The list can go on, but I definitely, still to the day, I've always, huge influences, pertaining, my style and, evolving. I've always been massive with Chris Doyle, obviously. Huge with Chris Bennett because of the variations. Mark Mulvil has been a huge inspiration. And Kevin Porter, I grew up riding with him. We grew up with each other. So it's those types of dudes, obviously Hoffman. The list can keep going, but with how I guess I am as a rider, you can see similarity styles, I guess, with variation, technicality, and style, with who I just named off. Just I don't know. It's weird. The topic always gets me because my favorite bike riders, honestly, are the people I ride my bike with. You could be somebody that learned how to ride a bike 2 days ago. Anybody that rides a bike and has a love for it. That right there is that's my fucking passion. I love that shit. It just gets me excited to see people happy and motivated to ride their bikes. And just, that's what I love. The people I ride with, and obviously, the people I named off, there's so many talented bike riders out there. I love it all. So.
Hell yeah, man. That's so rad. Mark Mulvil is actually one of my favorite riders of all time. His Anthem 2 part. I always talk about Anthem 2 on this podcast, but his Anthem 2 part is still to this day one of the best video parts ever filmed in my mind. Just the way that the way he did everything was just so unreal. All of those crazy combos. In that entire video part, I don't think there's a single trick over a jump. There's just combos and combos and combos.
Yeah, that's pretty much where I filter the types of combos, variations, and everything else like that. Between him, Bennett, and that's how I kind of evolved and pushed myself. And I was like, wow, that's fucking tight. I'm gonna do that, or I'm gonna spice it up a bit. That's just I don't know. But I love all those dudes, and I totally forgot to mention the goat himself, Mr. Aiken. Aiken is definitely a fucking god. Praise that man. He's so good on a bicycle.
Hell yeah. So let's talk about, just the pro life as well as sponsors. So I would say that you as a pro rider have probably picked up quite a bit since Fit. And before Fit, you actually rode for a company called Quiche. Is that right? Or Quiche? Catch. That makes more sense.
Yeah, Catch. I rode for Catch. I've been all over, I guess, as far as companies. I've always been I guess I don't even know how to word it. I've been I've always had a hookup, and I'm extremely grateful. So not just with companies giving me bicycles. I was fortunate enough to have a set of parents that were super supportive and always like giving towards what I wanted to do. So as a wee lad, I just got spoiled. So I guess I just continue to get spoiled. I don't know. I've been blessed. So, not to take away from, anything else. It's, definitely, very, I'm just fortunate, I guess. I don't even know how to word it. I'm having a brain fart trying to fucking get the words out. But I've been very fortunate. It's good, man. I just love being next to everybody that's ever helped me out along the way. Just the blessing. So.
Hell yeah. Yeah. Were they your first ever, true bike sponsor?
I'm sorry?
Catch? Were they your first bike sponsor ever?
Man, I was hooked up with a company called Superstar. I've been way back when Hoffman gave me bikes. And I rode for Mongoose back in the day. Standard, just a bunch of other, Catch, Mike Stopsy was and is still to this day a great guy. I reached out to him one day and I was like, I love what you're doing, man. And I was just ride a bike. And pretty much just evolved from there. It was like, took me out, gave me the opportunity to try my own frame, and that went well. And,
Yeah. Yeah, that's so rad, though. I've actually heard of the company Superstar. They're not a very big company, though, are they? Same with Catch. They really aren't that big. They're more of I guess you could say a hometown BMX brand, right?
Yeah, you could say that. Obviously, he never really cared for, he wasn't really about the whole quantity. He was about quality bikes and just, he's always been about BMX family. That's just pretty much what it was. And as far as Superstar goes, it was just, it was short-lived, but, there were times that were definitely different as well. But yeah, dude, it's been a ride for sure.
Yeah, hell yeah. So in 2016, you were actually picked up by Fit. And since then, what are some of the great things that you have done with them?
Well, they did a trip to Chicago, which was originally supposed to be a trip to one of the Bagz, but Bagz got canceled because the park that it was held at, has been held at, was it got shut down abruptly, real sketch the people that ran the park were like, yeah, we're shutting it down, cancel contest. Long story, I really don't know the whole backing of it, but as soon as that got canceled, all the tickets were already paid for the riders, so they came out and they just made do with it. It was called Change of Plans, and we won it. It was myself, Corey, Reed, Augie, Dougie came out, Malou. Trying to think of, I think that was pretty much it that was on the trip. I think, myself and Brandon Began was there as well. It was definitely sick. The boys got to witness all the Chicago land. Corey thought Lake Michigan was fucking ocean. It was definitely interesting. It was fun as fuck, and they all got I think maybe one of them, one of them that was on the trip had a White Castle. Everybody else never had White Castle, and they got to enjoy Blue Malnati, which was like a Chicago pizza. But yeah, man, good times were had. But I've been flown to California a few times for stuff, and I wanna get more involved. They're definitely doing a bunch of things. I wanna get more involved, trip wise, and push the brand, and obviously do a part of it way more. Like I said, they do a lot for me.
Yeah,
I'd like to be involved with a lot more. With all this fucking chaos going on in today's world, it's kind of hard to really push this trip. But I'm sure some more stuff will be brought to the table. So looking forward to the future, and definitely love what I have, man. They're definitely amazing. Mower, the whole fucking clan. It's sick to be a part of it, man.
Hell
Extremely
yeah, dude.
excited to be backed by all the companies that back me up. Fantastic. Definitely blessed. And I appreciate you taking the time to interview my goofy ass, man.
Yeah, man, I'm stoked. I actually first found you, I think, a few years back with that the Deadpool clip that you posted. I remember seeing that and just being like, holy shit, man, this guy has got hurricanes like on lock. And that's one of my favorite tricks that I am just absolutely fucking terrible at. So like seeing you do like crazy ones in that Deadpool suit was ridiculous. I'll pull up a clip of that.
It's funny as shit that you bring that up because I was literally just talking about it with the missus earlier. I'm like, dude, we need to do like another like skit where I just fucking go out and do silly shit on my bicycle in that suit again. So stay tuned to that. But yeah, man, I definitely love doing hurricanes. Anything spinning, as you know, and as everybody else knows. Just my
yeah, that trick is like so gnarly, and the way that you spin and everything is so nuts too.
Yeah, it's dude, being in that suit, like I guess it's hard to really sound it, like, dude, it's so fucking strange riding in one of those. Like, you can barely see. It's a trip in its own, man. Like being in that suit and being able to see straight, like that right there is a trip in its own. I promise.
Yeah. Oh man. But yeah, I think that's where I first found out about you, and then I think at that point you probably would have already been. Oh yeah, you definitely would have been on Fit, because that's like there's a photo of you promoting your Fit PRK bike.
Yeah, for sure. That was the first video was definitely each one was Fit for sure. But and then I posted a photo of me like hanging out with the Signature Complete, and that was I think I did like 2 videos, and then I did the photo with my Complete. So, but yeah, I'm gonna bring it back to life for sure. So.
Yeah. Let's see here. We got so many on here today. So, so a while back you actually visited the guys at Nowhere BMX, and you've been there quite a few times. I would assume that you're kind of close with those guys, right?
Yeah, dude. Carl's a shit. I love him. I love what he does. He's he's doing it for all the right reasons. He wants people to just enjoy riding their bikes. Anything you do, like, he just wants you to have fucking fun. He's got a non-profit, a free park to ride out in the middle of nowhere, like Unadilla, Nebraska. He's just about BMX. He's about embracing everything. He's a great dude. Shout out to that guy. Just, what he's got going on, the backyard ramp, the barn, and everything he's doing is fucking, it's amazing, man. So.
Yeah, it blows my mind that he's got a non-for-profit like BMX park in his fucking barn. You know what I mean? Or just the whole place, essentially. It's so cool that like that's a possibility, you know?
Yeah, him and his wife Carrie are just fucking amazing people, dude. They're like good people. They don't even need to know you. You can call them, and you can call them like a day or an hour in advance. Like, hey, can I come by your place and crash out? And they both would be fucking open to it. That's how amazing they are. Obviously, with what's going on right now, it's a little different. I'm sure they wouldn't give a fuck if you like pitched up the tent, but yeah, dude, it's sick, dude. The setup, each setup is amazing. So.
Yeah, I love that there's a literal foam pit there. They have a ton of stuff, like at least inside the barn.
Yeah, they have the thing. I think they call it the birdhouse or the bird cage. I always fuck it up, but they have that. And it's like a little tight, you know, but there's like some ramps, and there's like a mini ramp set up, and then they have like the actual warehouse barn type deal where the skate park is, and it's sick. Like, it's pretty much done. They have like a pump track that they're working on, and it's definitely sick, man. What they're doing there is fucking mind blowing.
Yeah, there's not many people doing it, that's for sure. You know, like everybody that I know that's like, you know, has an indoor park or any ramp like that, typically,
Right.
like, yeah, I don't know. It's not very often you get to ride it. Like, it's cool that these guys are literally just letting everything go down. So what do you think your favorite feature is at the Nowhere compound right now?
I honestly, everything there is amazing. They have like a dirt jump set up that's fun as hell. They have the indoor park that's fun as hell. It's just like everything flows. It all connects. Like the birdhouse, that place fucking rips, and then the backyard ramp is sick in its own too. It's different. It's stuff that when you go there, you're like, oh fuck, man, like I'm definitely not used to it, but you get used to it, and everything's just amazing. Like everything there is awesome. You've got those handlebars that are giant, like, you know, subroom. That's fucking in its own. It's just creative and mind blowing. It's all awesome, dude. Like everything's great.
Hell yeah. Yeah, I'm just trying to find the handlebars there. Those are so fucking cool. Not many people get to ride those, that's for sure. Like, that is literally a one feature that is, like, nobody has that, you know?
No one has that. It's like the biggest set of bars on earth, and they're like, it's not your normal size, like, subroom. It's a little intimidating. When you see it in the photo, you're like, oh, fuck yeah, I'm gonna go there and do that. And then when you're, like, riding it, you're like, oh, shit. This is intimidating as fuck.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, man, and then there's a clip there of you doing a hurricane over a spine. That was rad.
Hell yeah.
Fuck yeah, dude. So as somebody who has always dreamt of doing a back rail fufanu, what are some of your tips for that? Because that shit just blows my mind. I don't know why, but it's just so sketchy to like go up on a rail like that and be, you know, so close to falling over or something.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Like, I was always like super big into like doing like real big fufanus, far back fufanus, and like, I guess you could take like doing wall taps and put that into play. You know, just like you could babysit it and just get on there and jump off your bike. And like, I don't know. It's just something that I've always. I guess it's like I've always had like the ability. Like, yeah, I'm not gonna like fucking search it out. I've missed quite a few times and like gone over and died on some features. There's a video of me trying a fufanu at the skate park out in the Green Bay called Debasso. It was just like two 2x4s holding up a skateboard, and I was like, yeah, man, film me. I'm gonna fufanu. Like, look, are you sure? Like, yeah, it'll hold me. And like, just did the like arm test, and I jumped on it, and the fucker broke, and I didn't like go over it, but I definitely winded myself and hit my leg pretty hard. It was definitely scary, but yeah, I don't know, man. Like, just you pretty much just like look for the back rail or the wood post, wherever you're going. You look towards your back tire, and you know, just jump back in. I don't know. I'm not really good at like giving the best step for back rail boost because everyone's different. You know, like some people don't even like boosting with quarter pipes. So.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that shit is so wild. We're just looking at the clip here of you doing it on the skateboard that broke. That was awesome. Like, literally so unexpected, eh?
Yeah, it was definitely, I was like, I'll be fine. And like, I got on it and then I fucking died.
Oh, man. Fuck that. Oh, let's see what else we got here. Sorry, I have to keep turning back and forth. My setup in the office is so strange. I have like my questions on one end and then my other like streaming computer behind me. But Yeah, so in recent years, we have seen the rise of CBD products within BMX, skateboarding, or any action sports for that matter, and companies sponsoring riders like yourself. What is it like being sponsored by and I'm probably going to butcher this, Rolas? A CBD,
Rollers,
yeah,
rollers,
Rolas.
rollers, rollers is definitely it's amazing, man. It's like extremely high quality hemp flower with other herbs in it, and it's just like wow. I'm sorry, we're like rolling into a storm right now. But yeah, rollers is super sick, man. Like definitely common. You know, I've hit my head a bunch throughout the years, and I've developed like a anxiety. So that definitely helps me out, and it's good for pain as well. I also have a company called One Drop Botanics that helps me out as well, and he's out of what's the name of the area? Algoma, Wisconsin. But I think she gets his stuff sourced through like New York. But it's just that's amazing. And I have another company that like gives me stuff too, called CBD Lion. Just I use it because I personally hate pills. I don't like taking pills, so I use it for anxiety, pain, and like many other human beings, I'm extremely terrible at falling asleep, so it helps me out. So.
Yeah, and I think that like CBD is one of those things that's it's super helpful for any of that stuff, like pain
Yeah,
especially.
absolutely.
Yeah,
Yeah.
my mom, she takes a lot of CBD just because of like different pains that she suffers from and whatnot. And recently I fucked my ankle up pretty bad, and I was taking, just a dropper of the oil all the time, and like didn't really like the taste of the oil, but fuck, did it do the trick, man? Like literally better than Advil.
Right. Yeah, it definitely helps, man. Like a lot of people call it, they call bullshit on it, but I back CBD 100%. Like if you're doing it right, you're not like abusing it, and it definitely works. I live by it, and I definitely recommend anybody that doesn't fuck with CBD to fuck with CBD. It's the truth.
Yeah, just try it. Like I have a lot
For
of
sure.
friends that, and this is hard to believe, especially, being in Canada. But a lot of my BMX friends are so against pot for some reason. Like they're just not into it at all, which is fine. I get it. But, one of them hit me up about CBD, and he was super on the fence about it. And I know that he takes it pretty regularly now to like help deal with any pain from riding or anything, like any aches. He's an older dude, so.
Yeah, for sure, man. It's I don't indulge with the fucking devil's lettuce anymore. I definitely just CBD. I'm sure down the line I'll start smoking again, but like the last few times I smoked weed or did anything like that, I just became a fucking zombie, and like the amount of panic that happened with me, I was just like, fuck this. So I've always been a guy about like my wine, my wine and whiskey, but right now I'm taking a fucking pretty far step back from the booze. So I'm sticking to diet weed and diet beer.
There you go. That works, man. That's a good move.
Hell yeah.
Okay, so on top of being sponsored by a CBD company, you're actually hooked up with RAR Superfoods, a company promoting healthy eating for top performing athletes like yourself. How has eating healthy helped your riding progress, would you say?
Dude, like I've noticed, like I've always been a veggie head. I guess you could say I've always been like vegetarian, like as a wee young man. But like, cutting out like certain things in my diet and like sticking to a regiment, like going like having a schedule, like sticking to like using raw and the CBD and like doing smoothies like that. Like it helps out a lot with information. And, I'm very energetic. Like I said, I'm 32. I'm going to be dropping in on 33 here in February. I feel fucking great. Outside of my recent injury, I'm pretty fucking active I'm pretty fucking hyper, and I'm always on the go. So I suggest, if you feel groggy and always fucking tired, I feel like changing up your diet is definitely a good move. Like
Absolutely. Yeah,
yeah,
I'm so for that. I'm definitely I don't eat as healthy as I should. Like I think I should be eating super healthy stuff all day every day, but whenever I do, I feel absolutely great. Like that is the best time when, you want to go out and ride. Like don't just eat shitty food. It works wonders. Like it's crazy how true the saying is, you are what you eat. Like if you eat shitty food, you're going to have, a shitty feeling. But if you eat like great stuff, you're actually going to be able to really do whatever you need to do, I guess.
yeah, absolutely, man. I don't try to push my diet on anybody else, but like when people are like, dude, I'm fucking continuously like anxious and I feel bloated, blah 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 blah. I'm always gone, I'm like, dude, try out like a 7-day vegan fucking diet, and I promise it will change your life. Like, I definitely live by it, man. It definitely, I'm not gonna lie, like I do fuck up here and there and eat shitty food, but I don't indulge in fucking meat and all that. But like, we do pig out on weird ass shit. But I'm saying like it's definitely life changing. It keeps you mentally and physically fucking alert. So.
Yeah, exactly. And you actually mentioned your injury there. So, a few months back, you actually broke your leg. I think it was back in December. And that fucking video is so gruesome. And, I do a segment on the show where we have Bail of the Week, where people send in their footage. And I've showed some pretty crazy fucking clips, but I refuse to show that clip on here because it's just so gnarly. Like I watched it the other day and was just so fucking like, oh my God, because it happened on, the easiest thing, just running out. And I did the same thing basically like a month ago. I was, in a feeble grind down a ledge and I went to go to manual and I looped out onto my ankle and my leg and just twisted it in a weird way. And my foot has not felt the same since then. But it just seems so close.
It's definitely like, I guess it's the BMX curse. So pretty much anybody that like does an extreme sport, like it's always this simple shit that'll kick you out, man. Like I just looped out and I do a lot of manual shit. I just looped out and rolled my foot, sat on it, and fucking dislocated it completely and broke my fibula in 2 spots. The lowest part that like kisses the ankle and the highest part that kisses the knee. I was out for 4.5 months. I was ahead of schedule. Definitely got back on my bike a lot faster than what my doctor / specialist was anticipating. He's like, yeah, you're going to be out for a while. But yeah, I'm sure. It was the first surgery of my entire career / voyage of riding BMX, and definitely not life changing, definitely eye opening. Like anything like that can happen. But I'm definitely happy to be walking. I could ride my bike better than I can walk. But it's definitely I'm definitely not going to walk normal or be able to like take giant drops for quite some time. But we'll see. Definitely getting stronger. Definitely getting stronger daily. So.
Yeah, absolutely. It definitely looked like the fucking worst. And you actually did heal up really fast. Like I was looking through your Instagram. I always go from the like very bottom right to the very top, and it was just so crazy to see that it was only like couple months, like not that long. I just felt like whenever you get an injury like that, you're fucking done for like a year.
Right, exactly, dude. Like they put a plate and screws at the lowest part of my fibula, and like I said, I dislocated my ankle. And some people get off lucky when they do that. when they dislocate their ankle, and it doesn't really tear everything, but I legitimately like ripped everything, like the tendons and all that shit. It ripped away from the bone, so there's like a few pieces of bone fragments still, like, you know, dormant in my foot. But I'm definitely psyched that it wasn't worse. You know, it wasn't good. It was definitely shit, but I'm definitely psyched that it wasn't worse than what it is. You know.
Yeah, absolutely. It could have been, you know, way worse than that. A buddy of mine, he got hit by a tow truck like 10 years ago and broke his leg. And that was like, he was out for quite a while. But yeah, like just seeing that, like you were able to get back in so fast is awesome.
Yeah, I appreciate that. I'm definitely, like I said, I feel good. Like it's definitely getting stronger daily. It happened on the 18th, like right before Christmas. So, and then I had to go into surgery on the 21st. Yeah, I went into surgery on the 21st. Like the first hospital I went to, they were fucking just mental about it. They're like, oh yeah, you'll be fine. Just go on your trip, because like we're supposed to go to Florida to see the other part of the kids, and you know, basically when I saw my specialist, he's like, no, you got to go into surgery tomorrow. Like, so went into surgery, waited around a week, and then drove out to Florida. You know, fucking
yeah, absolutely.
It was definitely crazy, man. It was crazy. They prescribed me all these fucking pills, and like I said before earlier, I don't like pills. I was just like drinking wine and taking hella CBD, and, you know, here we are.
There you go. Yeah, that's the key, man. Just take a bunch of CBD and drink some wine, and you'll be good in 4.5 months.
I'm sorry, can you say that one more time?
Just take some CBD, drink some wine, you know, you'll be good in 4.5 months. That's the new way to heal up, I think.
Yeah, and eat your fucking veggies, guys.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Did you guys actually do a Kickstarter for that too? I thought I saw a Kickstarter to help pay for your surgery.
Yeah, I did. And I felt kind of like a dickhead doing it, but I just needed to get a little heads up with the whole surgery. It was like, I don't know. How much was it? Like 60 or 50 or 47? How much was it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Like a total. Yeah, the total was like $77,000.
Holy shit!
Yeah, here in the States, it's a little fucked up, dude. Like,
yeah, yeah. In Canada, like the worst that you can get is, you know, you might have to pay for the ambulance if it's not like a life emergency, which is pretty fucked up. Like my buddy, he literally put himself into a coma, not wearing a helmet, and the ambulance came and picked him up. And then after, you know, like a month after, they fucking send him a bill for, you know, it was cheap. It was only like $120. But even just getting an ambulance in the States is like, you know, a couple grand from what I hear.
Right. Yeah, dude, it's mental. I don't even know, like, exactly how much we just drove to the fucking hospital. Like, I just, like, tried to put my foot back in place with the braces on the best I could, which is dumb. And then we drove to the fucking nearest hospital, which that hospital, like I said, was kind of stupid. They didn't put my foot back in properly. Well, you definitely are going to need surgery. You know, you don't need to do it right now, which I definitely needed to do it right away, because, like, how my foot swelled, like, but what my specialist said, yeah, they needed, originally they had, like, 2 female nurses in there trying to hold my foot in place so he could, like, drill and put the plate in. The nurses off to have 2 males using crowbars to keep my foot in place because of the swelling, to, you know, put the plate in these screws in my leg. It was definitely fucking wild, man. My foot was the size of a watermelon for I don't even know how many days. It sucked.
Yeah, absolutely. That would be the fucking worst. Let's see here. We got so many good questions on here. I have a bunch from some fans as well, but we'll get to that a little later. So, how did your love of brake tricks come along?
Dude, I've always been a huge brake rider. I've always loved brakes. There's a few times that I was brakeless, but like the few times because the frame I was riding at the time, or the frame I was riding at the time, the brake was like the weld part like that cracked, so I was stuck riding brakeless. So I got a new frame. That I've always been a big component of doing, techie brake stuff and mechanic brakes when it comes to jumping stuff. So I like to stop.
Yeah, absolutely. Have you ever thought about maybe putting on some front brakes?
Yeah, I've never really like actually thought about that. I've played around with front brakes with front bicycles, but like I don't know how like really. I don't know. I don't know how it would like how I would adapt to it really honestly.
Yeah, I think it can be weird for certain people, I actually I have a setup on my bike where it's front and rear with one lever, like using an old Primo Pervert.
Oh no shit.
Yeah, it's pretty rad. I really like it, but I only started doing that like, a couple months ago. And I've always rode back brakes. So like at least for the last 6 years, I've rode brakes. And then just throwing on the fronts, it was really weird, but only because I think, with the one lever mod, like everything kind of changes the way that you go about stuff. But I'm just one of those guys that like, I can't let go of the bars if I have brake levers on. And like, I really wanted to keep T-bogs and whatnot. Like anytime that I do, a bar spin or a tuck no hand or any of those tricks, I always end up catching the lever with my right hand no matter what I do. So I've just like basically taken those out of my fucking trick list.
Man, that's an argument with a lot of people when they're like, oh dude, you make me want to put brakes back on. I'm like, do it, fucking man, do it. Like go for it. That's sick. I love hearing that. Like, yeah, but I don't want to fucking throw the bars and catch the lever. I'm like, yeah, I mean, you got me there. Like, I don't know, like, sometimes it fucking hurts to do that, but.
Yeah, I think it is one of those things that if I just did it enough, I'd be fine and I'd figure it out. But I know it would suck for the first little bit. And also, bar spins really aren't for me. That's just not like a trick that I like. I just find they're super overused. They're done by everybody and everything. And I mean, it is because it's the kickflip of BMX, right? It's a trick that you can throw in anywhere. And for the most part, they look good. Like, but I don't know. I've always found that if I was to do bar spins, I'd be doing like, bar to table air, like that kind of stuff. That's really the only thing I would like to do with them.
Right. Yeah, dude, that's like, I'm right there with you, like 100%. Like, I've never been a huge bar spin guy. I'm actually taunted by this trick. I got fucked up really bad when I was a younger kid doing a bar to bar back. And I knocked myself out at a set of our local trails way back in the day in this town that I grew up in called Palatine, Illinois, like 40 minutes north of fucking Chicago, downtown Chicago. I was at the dirt jump by myself, and I tossed the bars and tossed them back, and I fucking it landed 90, and I went over the bars, knocked myself out, and I woke up to like three of my old riding friends that used to ride way back in the day. They're like, holy fuck, dude, you good? Like, I woke up, I had no idea who I was, where I was, what the fuck happened. All I knew is that I rode BMX. And I didn't even know these, my friends at the time. I was like, who the fuck are you? Like, I was delirious for like 4 or 5 days. It just like randomly came back to me. Like, I didn't know who my dad was. I was a fucking mess, dude. So, and that's like, one of the reasons why I always wear helmets too, is like that right there.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that's a good point too, is the helmet. I actually I have like a ridiculously expensive full face helmet because I've knocked my teeth out like 6 or 7 times. So I've just kind of given in to the fact that I will forever knock my fucking teeth out. So I might as well just get a helmet like that covers the face. But yeah, that is so wild, man. Like, was anybody there with you when you did do the trick, or were like, how long were you out for?
I was legitimately I was at the dirt jump, full on, by myself.
Holy shit. Yeah, I wonder how long you were knocked out for.
I honestly, fuck, dude. When I was back in the day, like, I didn't have a cell phone. I called into my fucking landline at our house, and I was like, go to the gym, be there. I think we were all out of school at that time, too. So
yeah.
It was like 10 o'clock, you know, when I got there. And by the time I got back home, when I rode back home, it was like fucking 12.
Jesus.
12:30, I want to say. Like, my friends, like, rode me back to the house. So, like, he felt real bad. You might want to take him to the hospital, blah, 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 blah. Because, like, our dirt jumps that we had back in the day were literally, like, a fucking mile bike ride down this bike path from where we lived in Palatine. And the bike path was, like, right next to where we lived. Literally, like, I could rip my dick out just on the bike path from our house. So it was convenient, but, you know, like I said, I have no idea legitimately how long I was fucking out. It could have been like 20 minutes, 30 minutes. I was out. I was snoozing. It was fun.
Yeah, goddamn, man. That definitely, you know, being knocked out for a long period of time will fuck up like certain areas of your brain for sure. So, like, I could totally understand what you're talking about with, you know, getting anxiety and whatnot. And like, it's honestly really rad that CBD is helping you with that.
Yeah, dude. I don't know. I think I might take it down actually on my fucking Instagram because I don't like looking at this shit. Like, the only injury that like I still have up there, like, that still kind of sucks. Obviously, my recent one, my foot. But
Yeah.
I had a fucking clip of me at one of the local indoor skate parks out here called Asylum of me doing a foof to ice. I was trying to do foof ice to Hurricane, like, on this quarter pipe, and I was just getting pissed. And I, like, just hopped in because I didn't land the Hurricane, and my tire, like, grabbed on the top of the deck, and I just fell 5.5, 6 feet to flat to the back of my head. And I was wearing a helmet, but it wasn't a certified helmet. It was one of those full cut Pro-Tech. And I, like, dude, I was out. Like, it was like one of the worst knockouts I've had. Like, I've had one where I actually had a seizure. It was bad, but, like, that one, like, I did the whole, like, I don't even know, like, stiffened up like a board. My hands, like, stuck straight out. Like, you know, that kind of knockout. It was fucked up.
Oh yeah. Yeah. That's so crazy. I snapped a set of forks going over a box jump once, like boosting over a box jump at a skate park I used to work at. And I was wearing one of those full cut, like Pro-Tech non-certified helmets. And I still have that helmet to this day. And it's like, I am so fucking lucky that like my head just hit the fucking bottom of the wood on the landing, because like 2 feet up is fucking full on like cement, you know, like that wood is still pretty bad, but at the same time, it's a little bit less terrible than the fucking cement that's right there.
Right.
Yeah, I was out for a couple minutes when that happened, and that was like one of the scariest things I ever did in my life, was like waking up and just having no idea what the fuck happened, you know?
Dude, it's like, honestly, like, trying to explain that to people, even like seasoned bike riders that really haven't had that kind of, like, I guess, knockout. Like, it's fucking, dude, you feel like you're in a fucking video game. Like, people don't understand it. Like, you know, I've been knocked out fucking, obviously, a bunch from riding, and I've obviously been, like, fucking kicked in the head, fucking punched in the head through my fucking, like, you know, I guess, like, you know, karate, MMA fucking days. Like, I know, like, fucking knockouts sucks, but, like the kind when you wake up and you're like, oh, like, you have no idea what the fuck's going on, who's in front of you, like, why there's, like, a group of people circling you. Like, that is, like, the weirdest fucking feeling. Like, it feels like you're in a different dimension. It's fucking strange.
Yeah, absolutely. It's so fucking crazy. One of my buddies, he's had way too many now, and he actually just had to pretty much retire from BMX because he's put himself into a coma. He fucking knocked himself out again. Like, 5 rides after that going over a spine, and like each time it's been so difficult for him to, be able to get back into BMX, and just like really sucks. He's definitely he's still got his bike and he still has intentions of riding at one point, but he said that he's gonna, really wait it out and really weigh his options at the moment, like, and just kind of work on everything else that he's doing. So I'm like, that's completely fair. It does suck
Yeah,
when that,
absolutely, man.
yeah, some of those injuries will literally take a person out, which is really shitty. But I mean, it's,
Yeah, I mean,
it's the way it goes.
yeah, it's definitely, it's definitely, like, I, what is it? Is that it? Like that Robbie Beer hat and everything. Is that what that was? I forget the name of that.
What was that? Sorry.
Yeah. What Mira had, was it CTE? Do you know?
Yep. Yeah. So CTE, that is like, it's one of the scariest things. I talk about it all the time on this show because I actually I listen to a lot of like different podcasts from, different MMA fighters and whatnot who have, maybe be suffering through CTE and whatnot. And unfortunately, they can't actually diagnose CTE until they can do an autopsy. That's just the way that it works. So,
Right.
like right now, like a month ago, we had a BMX legend, Ryan Gutler. Like, he had some crazy behavior that like totally, is straight from the book, fucking CTE. Like, I don't know if you heard about
Yeah.
any of that, but I don't know. It's
No,
just,
I definitely did. I did hear about it, and like, I just said like that's like one of the scariest things, man. Like that right there is like, that obviously with what's going on in this world, fucking COVID, fucking scary as shit. CTE is like one of the biggest fears. It comes with our, comes with the territory of what we do. It comes with the territory of being a fighter. It comes with the territory of being a fucking, football player, rugby, all that shit. It's like, definitely, it's scary as shit. Like you said, it's, you don't know until it's too fucking late.
yeah, unfortunately. But yeah, how's COVID been down there in it's Wisconsin, right? Yeah.
Where we're at in Milwaukee, man, it's right now. It's in the second wave, and it hasn't really like been at. We don't like it's not like at a peak yet. It's pretty fucking bad. So I don't know. Like it's hard to explain, man. Like Wisconsin's pretty like Milwaukee's fucked. What do you say? Like for COVID.
For us, yeah, for us in like close to Toronto here, it's not too bad at the moment. Like it's been getting a lot better, which is good. But yeah, man, some of that shit scares the shit out of me. Like if you look at Florida right now, they're fucked. Like Florida is unbelievable. And like it's unfortunate too because people got to work at the end of the day. Like people have to make money, and unfortunately, like for you guys, the government hasn't done too much, I don't think, for like, wage subsidies and whatnot. Yeah.
It's a play-by-play of fucking, shit this, shit that with what's going on, via fucking government, and obviously this virus, man. The virus is fucking, it's definitely, it's a nightmare. Like, yeah, there's no other way of explaining it. There's a bunch of fucking, I'm not going to even get into that. It's just fucking, we're just trying to live our life, man. I'm just trying to ride, stay healthy, and, keep, at the best distance you possibly can. It's kind of hard for me not to be, super fucking lovey towards my friends that I haven't seen in a while or that I see on the regular. Like, I'm a fucking hugger. I love everyone. So even if you hit me, I'm still going to hug you.
Yeah, exactly. So it's no secret that you love tattoos. At what age did you get your first tattoo, and what was it?
Dude, honestly, like, fuck. I was 23, and I was Dude, this is a hilarious story. I was 23 and my first tattoo was legitimately one of those Friday the 13th, $13 tattoos at this fucking place called Top Notch Tattoo in Elgin, Illinois. And I was just like drunk as shit. And the tattoo itself was like one of the last ones that was on the fucking like, you know, the flashcard. And it said, Dirt Hizzle.
That is awesome.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, I don't fucking regret it, but it's definitely covered up now. So
Yeah,
but,
for sure.
I guess it just evolved. You know, I got sponsored by a few tattoo shops, and you know, I had some good friends that are extremely talented fucking tattoo artists, and I've just been, you know, again, you know, helped out by some of the fucking best fucking things ever. You know, getting tattooed, one of them being so.
That's so rad, man. My dad, he's a professional tattoo artist, and like he owns his own shop. He's been doing it for longer than I've been alive. So my first tattoo was when I was 17, and we went all out and did an entire sleeve. You know, like first session was like 6 to 8 hours of just like the outlining and you know some like detail getting in there as well. But it was like took me almost a year to get that entire sleeve like finished and perfect, which yeah, and like since then, I definitely haven't slowed down too much. Like I've got, you know, an entire other sleeve. Like by the time that I was leaving high school, already had 2 full sleeves.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I've got my.
I was done with it. Like I mean, I guess you know, just doing BMX shows and like having the support I've always had with like riding bikes and just getting paid like that. Like I was stupid about it. Like I started from my hands and worked my way up, which I don't suggest unless you have a job that fucking, you know, complies with that. But that's what I did. I was like, you know, fuck it, dude. I got BMX. I'm not gonna wear like a fucking suit and tie to work. Like, I'll just go from the hands, just go up, you know. And then I got my fucking throat tattooed, and I still got a bunch of shit that needs finished, but you know. I guess it's just like how I am. I'm kind of like a squirrel. Like I start one project and I move on to the next.
Yeah, exactly. How bad was the throat tattoo? How much did that suck?
Honestly, dude, like that's like a number one question from like anyone in the public or any of my riding friends, anybody, any family. Like that's the first question. Like, yo, how bad did that hurt? And like honestly, like. How I was laying stuck how I was laying stuck more, and then the healing process stuck more than actually getting drilled by the tattoo machine. Like I legitimately, like that's not me bullshitting and trying to be a tough guy. Like that's like that's real shit. Like my neck swelled up, so like I was Frankenstein for like 3 or 4 days. I couldn't turn my head to look at people. I couldn't turn my head to look through my rotations on riding. It sucked because I got my throat tattooed, and then like. Literally, like 2 days after, I had to go do shows. So that,
man,
that fucking sucked ass. That the healing process is definitely the worst. But my full-on fucking worst tattoo like that, you know, I say pain-wise, but sucks the most is my stomach and my sternum. I'm not sure if you have any of that done, but the stomach sucks, dude.
Yeah, that's next. I've got an idea for my entire chest, like, you know, neck down to fucking the bottom of my big old beer gut. But yeah, I'm not excited for that. I know it's gonna fucking suck. And like I'm doing everything as one big piece.
Oh, fuck.
So that is gonna be fucking rough. I definitely
yeah, dude.
The back is gonna happen at some point too. And like that'll be one big piece as well.
Dude, the back, like honestly, like the back, getting back tattoos, like I thought I was gonna be like, fuck, man, the spine, fuck this, it's not bad at all. Like, you know, I feel like the arm, like the elbow and the disc in the arm are worse than getting a back tattoo. Like, getting tattooed no matter what isn't pleasurable. It all sucks. But like, the pain is not as bad as like getting your arm tattooed or your stomach, you know, like shit like that.
Yeah, exactly. I think I was lucky too, doing my arms first and doing like the ditch as well as the elbows on both arms. Like that's that's an experience in itself. So
Right.
yeah, you actually have a tattoo of Dave Mira, a Dave Mira portrait. So I'll show that
I
on
do.
screen for everybody that's in the live stream right now. Um, how did that come up? How did you decide that you wanted to get like a tribute tattoo for Dave?
I did like, back to like looking up to riders, and like who in their fucking right mind didn't look up to, or still to this day doesn't look up to that man. Like he evolved it. Like he's always been like the crusher of BMX. Like he's done so much, and he's been such an amazing human. Like met him, several times. Got to stay with him. He was a fucking the best human. Unfortunately, we lost him. Definitely. I love everything about his riding style as well. Like that's just I guess the best way I can go about it is like Mira is fucking the number one goat.
Yeah, absolutely. And like I think that that's why so many people have Mira tattoos, is like he has affected so many people's lives, like inside BMX and out.
Right.
Mainly in BMX, but yeah, he's one of those people where I don't know, whenever you think of skateboarding, most people, instantly think of Tony Hawk. And like whenever you think of BMX, there's two people. There's Matt Hoffman and Dave Mira. Like those
Yeah.
are
Exactly.
household names.
Right. You'll definitely like like just a side note, kind of like not really off track, but like there's just those people that like don't know what BMX are, and they're like, oh yeah, the dude like Tony Hawk. I was like, no, no, dude, like Matt Hoffman and Dave Mira, like just that way.
Yeah, exactly. And you not to switch too quickly on you there, but you have a Ace Ventura tattoo, which I fucking love. That is so good.
Dude, yeah, absolutely. Ace Ventura, and Christopher Walken. Jim Carrey and Christopher Walken. He's the fucking greatest actor to fucking do it. I love him. My next one is going to be Chris Farley. So,
Yeah, that is so rad.
yeah.
Yeah, we're just looking at your throat tattoo here as well. That is so fucking gnarly. I love that it's full color as well though. Um, so I guess a good way to put this too is, you probably don't deal with this much because you are, a professional BMX rider, but outside of the world of BMX, how difficult do you think it is for, having a throat tattoo as well as hand tats? Because I've got my left hand done, but it's actually like it's the cover of my like latest BMX DVD, which I put so much work into. So I think it's a little different, at least I can kind of explain that to people. But what's your
Yeah.
take on everything like that?
Honestly, like, I'm a tattoo enthusiast. Like, if you have tattoos and you want to get tattoos, fucking go for it. But my, I guess the best information and the best like guidance I can give anybody, and what I say to anyone that like is getting tattooed, like, don't get your first fucking tattoo on your hand. Don't get your first fucking tattoo on your neck. Like, don't do it.
Yeah, it blows my mind that there's like,
Do your
SoundCloud.
fucking thing.
Dude, there's SoundCloud rap guys that get their first tattoo on their face. I'm like, that is fucking
Yeah.
wild. That is so like such a hardcore commitment, I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm at least happy that I waited till I was like, 21 or 22 to get my hand tattooed. And even then, I was like, the next day, I was like, fuck, did I just like ruin my life? But, since then, life hasn't been ruined. I'm doing pretty good. But I think it is because I've already got, I'm got a good majority of my body covered in tattoos. So,
Yeah, dude. I don't understand it, man. The whole face tattoos, like back to what you were saying, like that just doesn't. It's never made sense to me. Like, if that's your first fucking tattoo and like you're trying to like, you know, show off being a hard ass, that's kind of dumb. But I'll float my row with that.
Yeah, exactly. And I think the whole like stigma behind tattoos is, you know, it's slowly leaving. Like I haven't met anybody for the most part that's under the age of 30 that like isn't, you know, into tattoos. Like most people now have tattoos, at least up here.
Right. Yeah. There's definitely the world is opening up to it for sure. It's definitely not like, you know, it's not as hated as it used to be. And I definitely still to the day, you know, like even like with doing like BMX shows and all that, like I still get that look like, oh shit, this dude's like, is this dude gonna mug me or like this guy's definitely not talkative, like he's, you know, I'm like, no, hey, what's up? Like, you know, super talkative, super nice guy. What's going on? Like, don't let you like, you know, I'm not gonna fucking, I'm not gonna steal your purse or hijack you through your car. Like, I promise. Come give me a hug.
Yeah, there you go. So there's a post on your Instagram way back. I think it's literally like one of the first couple photos that you posted. And it's you doing a fufanu at the Asylum skate park on a back rail in between a bunch of these girls. I have to know how this photo came up just because it's so like random. You know what I mean?
Dude, that photo, it was, honestly, it wasn't even shit. Because, like, I showed up to the park, and it was just like, you know, it was just a normal section. I don't even know what time of the year it was, because that is a long fucking time ago. But I do know I showed up to the park. Just, it wasn't really that crowded, the skate park itself, but when we showed up, there was a bunch of these girls just, like, taking photos, like sitting on the back rail, like for like a model fucking shoot of some sort. And then I was like, what the fuck's going on here? You know? And I was doing that proof, you know, like in a line, and the photographer that was there at the time was like, hey, can you do that while the girls all pose like in between you? I was like, yeah, sure, I guess. And I guess that's just how it came to light. It was definitely interesting, you know, a first for me at that time.
Yeah, that is so crazy, man. I don't know why, but it just seemed like, you know, such an interesting photo. That photo is literally worth 1,000 words. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. That is so funny. Yeah, it's so random, you know, especially at like an indoor park. I guess they do, you know, that's probably where they're doing their modeling, but.
Right. Yeah, it was like I said, there was people there skating and riding their bikes, and there's just like 5 or 6 different girls like posing on the back rails or like in front of the ramps, and like while people were like doing their thing, and just like whoever was like skating and riding were like in the background. These girls were just, you know, sitting pretty, and then the photographer's like, "Yo, I'm gonna have these girls like be on the fucking rail while you do that. Is that cool?" And I'm like, "Yeah, let's go for it. Fuck it," you know. We had to shoot that photo. I'm not kidding you. Like 12 times, because like the girls would keep freaking out and being like, "Ah!" Like every time I'd go to the rail. So it was definitely funny as shit. Like, you know, I'd get on and go back in, and it was like the girls would be like, "Fuck," you know, like all we do is you gotta sit pretty. Like, all right, whatever, shit.
Yeah. That is so wild. I don't know how many people have photos like that. You definitely do, which is awesome. All right. So there's a clip from a while ago that you posted on your Instagram, and it looks like it's in somebody's garage. Like they have like a little ramp set up. And there's this awesome pocket wall ride. And this is like at the beginning of the quarantine, I think, that you posted this. There's like a quarter with more of like a vert wall off to the right side in the footage here.
Oh, okay, yeah, that was pretty shortly after me like getting cleared to ride my bike as well. That was at Justin Cobalt's house in Tulsa, Oklahoma.
Yeah, I was gonna say this is so rad. Like, whenever you see a garage ramp like this, it is just you know shit's gonna go down. My buddy Jordan, he's the ramp builder for people like Mike Varga, Pat Casey, a bunch of like big names. He had a garage ramp for a little while with like super nice tight transitions. It was unreal to ride that thing. Are you ever thinking of maybe, getting your own garage ramp at some point?
Yeah, we honestly like we want to have our own like kingdom of like a place where we'll have like just an amazing garden for us to like eat our own food. We want to have like a place where I can have like dirt jumps, a nice ramp in the backyard, and then a place where we'd have like a pool barn and I can have my own all year terrain to ride. Like we want something like that. Just like where we are here in Milwaukee, it's we can't have it. Like we're in a duplex place and everything around here is like super tight. We don't have a garage. Our neighbor does, but yeah, I definitely, soon in the future, in the near future, we want that ability and it will happen. But, right now we're just, we travel a lot, we, like everything you see, like we're always on the road. Like here in the next week, we're hitting the road. We're going to head out to the Pacific Northwest and just, sun gaze and waterfall gaze and just go on hikes and go ride and just escape the fucking crazy shit right now and just do our own thing, camp out in the car and stop at a few places and, just drive 2,000 miles and fucking go with it.
Hell yeah, man. That's so rad. So tell us a little bit about, the travel lifestyle. That's definitely something that I'm going to be, trying to do in the next couple of years, especially because my girlfriend and I are both like, 25 and under. We're still pretty young, so we want to try and get this all out of the way before we can't. But
right.
Yeah, like you got any crazy stories from traveling at all, or any like awesome trip stories?
Oh man, there's a ton of crazy stories, travel wise. I've a lot of people have witnessed some fucking crazy shit. I can't really pinpoint an exact insane time, but we like to just travel, and we pretty much just do it on our own. Most of the things, like pretty much everything we've done travel wise recently and in the past is like just been out of our own pocket, just for our own sanity, just do new shit, ride new shit, meet new people, and just do see wacky shit as well. That I think that the fucking goofiest thing is like being in Detroit. I was out there for a show a long time ago, and we were parking at the Airbnb where we were, and we pulled up in the alley where we were supposed to park, like at the garage or whatever, and fucking we passed the first few garages, and like where we were parking, we saw like two, I don't know if it was like people are just super drugged out people fucking like wild test bunnies, and they didn't stop when we pulled up in the park. They just kept going. I was like, fuck yeah, dude, that's good. We pulled up in the van, and there was just a bunch of us riders, like kind of, drunk because we had a real far drive. We just pulled up, and they're just fucking going at it. I was like, yeah, fuck yeah. That was definitely.
Oh man,
there's a lot of fucking wacky stories. I can't really pinpoint one of them right now just because my brain's a fucking pile of shit. But
no,
yeah,
that's
that right
all
there
good.
that right there was interesting to see in itself. They
Hell
wouldn't
yeah.
stop, dude. They were going at it. The dude was like on a mission to come. I was like, holy fuck, this dude's like ready.
Oh my god, that's fucking hilarious, man. So if you had any advice for anybody wanting to start living the traveling lifestyle, what's your best advice? Whether it be something to remember for the road, or like just money wise, anything.
The best advice, man, holy shit. I don't know. I wasn't really smart about the whole. I'm not really the best to give that kind of advice, but I mean, honestly, like if you have a car and if it's just one other person. If you have a vehicle that's big enough to fit your bicycles, you and the other person, sleep in that, you know, travel like that, you know, don't, or camp out like that right there is like the best way if you're like cross country and get, like, you know, sleep in the vehicle, or, you know, if you know somebody where you're going and they're willing to put you up to that route, just be smart about it.
Yeah.
I'm the worst for that kind of, you know, information, because I spend money like I haven't.
Yeah, fair enough. I think a good point too is, like, you know, there's only so much planning you can do. Once you get out there, everything is, you know, thrown up in the air. Like, you literally just have to, like, live it as it comes, you know? Like, just deal with whatever's happening at that moment, because, you know, there's only so much you can do. Like, we planned out a trip to Montreal a few years ago, and, like, within the first 6 hours of our trip, a bunch of stuff that we had already had planned, we were just like, nope, can't do it. It's not happening. Like, we're going to do other stuff now. So, yeah, I don't know. I just think that's, like, a good piece there. But yeah.
Yeah. You definitely need to be smart about what you spend. You know, don't go on a cross country trip and just like, hotel. You know, like, if you have the ability to rent a van, you have that kind of fucking money, do that. Or if you have a van, fucking live in that while you're on the road. Spend your money wisely. Don't eat out all the time. Go to the grocery store and pack up that way, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. That is, like, the way to do it. So another question here for you. If you could give us any advice on, you know, 540 hurricanes or just hurricanes in general, I would love to hear it. Because I know we talked a little bit about, you know, back rail foofs earlier, but I think you're most known for your crazy hurricane combos.
I guess the best way of going about it, like hurricanes, like if you want to go about, you know, start off doing them like 180 on and then 180 off. You know, just like if you're like don't carve like you're gonna go into a 540 tail tap, but like just make sure you're aiming your back tire at the coping. Hop, you know, carve on. You know, don't like yank like you're 5 tapping when you're doing a 180 hurricane, like a 3 hurricane rather, and just 180 on, hit the coping, yank out. You know, like I guess don't try to 5 tap the coping. Just aim for the coping, jump on, 180 back in. And the same thing for a 540. Just look for where you're going. It's pretty easy. Like once you start like getting the hang of like the 360, you know, the 180 hurricane, 180 off, like that right there, like helps babysit you into the steps of doing 5K. You know, evolving from there.
Yeah, absolutely. The hurricane to fakie is like my favorite. You know, that's one of my favorite tricks. I am terrible on them, you know, with quarter pipes and whatnot, but you give me a nice good steep bank and I'll fucking do those all day.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, like a lot of people are like, oh, should I start off on like small quarter pipes? Like, I mean, yeah and no. Like, I personally learned hurricanes, like 180 hurricanes and 5 hurricanes on like a 4.5, 5 foot tall quarter at a skate park I grew up riding when I was younger, Scrap Skate Park in Hoffman Estates, Illinois. But yeah, I feel like doing them on like not 7 foot tall quarters, but like anywhere from like 5 to 6 foot tall quarters is definitely like a little. It's a little more like it gives you like that like that whole run. Like you have that time to yank out. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that's rad, man. So I think we're gonna move on to some fan questions here. So we got quite a few that wrote in today. Thank you guys so much for doing that. Isaac Lesser says, "I've always remembered the 720 Hurricane clip in props. How did that come about?"
The 720 Hurricane in props. What the Mega Tour? I'm guessing. Was it Mega Tour? Or, was it Road Tour, like Rock and Roll Road Tour? I forget which one that was, but I don't know. I started doing 720 Hurricanes like way before that, and I don't know. It's been a trick that, like, you know, I guess I've just always done. You know, I try to do things differently. As you can tell with my riding style, and the 720 Hurricane is like something that, like, you don't see. I mean, there's been a handful of people that have done them. Like, I know Ben Hiddle's done one. I know John Rogers has done some, and I think Porter's done a few as well. And then I don't know who else has really sent that trick, but it's just you know, it's something we don't see, because you see a lot of, you know, the same. I guess I don't know. Just it comes out because, like, no one does it. That's why I do it, because no one does it.
Yeah, absolutely. And like, as I mentioned in your intro earlier, like, just the way that you ride is so different from the way that most people ride park nowadays. Do you find that, like, you know, there's any certain people that you want to shout out that ride park the way that you like to see park riding now?
Oh man, that was a tough one. Honestly, like, I want to shout out everyone that I ride with, man. Like, honestly, like, I just pretty much, I'm psyched that, like, I don't know. It's a tough question, really. Like, my style of riding has just evolved, just because, like, I guess that's just, like, who I am and what I do. But, like, park riding wise, like, I definitely want to shout out Doyle. He's a proponent with doing hurricanes and quarters and back rails. Like, you know, like I said, not many people do that, you know. So with that, everyone else that I ride with on the day, shout out my girlfriend's always doing it as well. She fucking shows me all the time. So
Hell yeah.
98% of the videos you guys see on my social media is from her.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, Doyle's unreal. We had him on the show a while back, and it was honestly a really big treat to be able to speak with Doyle. You know, he's an inspiration for so many people. And, like, what I love about him is that he rides pretty much the same when he rides street. You know, he does the same big, gnarly shit, but, like, just, you know, on street. Like, and just so clean and so effortless still.
Dude, his fucking those manuals for, like, fucking down insane rails. Everything he does is just fucking mental. Doyle's a fucking G.
Yeah, he's unreal, man.
Yeah.
All right, so another one of our listeners asked today, have you ever thought about becoming a meteorologist and counter hurricaning the storms?
Good question. No, I haven't. I just ride my bike. I don't know.
Hell yeah.
Good one, though. That was a good question.
There's another question that he asked as well, and it was, how many fufanus have you done in your life if you had to guess?
Oh man, fuck. So many.
Yeah.
I could probably count up like 15 just today with my 40-minute session.
Yeah, I mean, whenever you get into, like, that kind of stuff, it gets real difficult. We had Nyquist on a while ago, and one of the questions that somebody asked was, if you had to guess, how many bar spins have you done? And he was like, oh, dude, like over 100,000 for sure, you know? Like, if you really try to break it down.
Yeah, I'm probably into, like, you know, with fufanus and hurricanes, I'm probably into, like, the 2 billion area.
Jesus, man. Yeah, that is crazy. So JB Scum asks, how are you liking the new shortcut frame, and will there be a signature frame in the works at all?
I definitely love how responsive the shortcut frame is. It's super thick. I'm still, like, you know, I've never really been a huge fan of, like, super tall ski tubes that, like, I adapt to whatever it is I ride. But, you know, I love the frame. I definitely love the frame. You know, It's going to be sick. You know, people are definitely going to enjoy it when it's out. You know, as far as the signature frame goes, like I would love that. You know, I don't know, like, you know, we'll see where it goes. I guess I guess time will tell, or, you know, if Muller wants to give me the opportunity, awesome. If not, you know, I'm just happy to be a part of, you know, a staple brand such as Fit. So.
Yeah, absolutely. And this new frame, it does look super rad, man. I love the paint on it, like, you know, just the colorway and whatnot looks super sick. Whenever you get those like two-tone frame combos, they look unreal. But I find sometimes people aren't the best at I don't know, making their bikes look perfect, but yours looks amazing like that.
Yeah, dude. I mean, like, I always get asked like why my bikes are so pretty. And to like narrow it down, like I'm like a super, like I have OCD like a motherfucker. Like I'm a perfectionist, you know. Like I try to perfect like my riding, everything I do. Like I fold my clothes a certain way. I ride my bike a certain way just because like I'm super fucking, you know, anal about everything I do. Like that's just. I want my bike to look pretty, you know. I want my riding to look pretty. I want my wardrobe to be folded pretty. I guess I want to look pretty, even though I look like a fucking pterodactyl.
Oh fuck. Yeah, we're just looking through some of these photos of your setup here. Yeah, it looks awesome, man. Have you always been a straight cable guy?
Always been a straight cable guy. When I first like I said, when I was first brought into BMX and started riding when I was a wee little bastard, and I like did varsity and shit, I had a gyro that I shortly thereafter got tired of the maintenance of having a gyro on the bike and how fucking much you had to like keep it tuned. And I just like the simplicity of having a cable, and you know, I don't do fucking quadruple whips or fucking triple bars and all this other shit. So I just, you know, less is more, I guess, with me, with how that, you know, the setup is with my bicycle.
Yeah, absolutely. We our crew, we have quite a few people that ride brakes, and a good majority of them ride straight cable. I'm the only one that has a gyro, and I really only have the gyro because I like the way that it looks and that it doesn't really, you know, rattle around too much and make too much noise. But I will admit it's a pain in the ass, especially having you know, the one lever mod working for the front and the rear. You have to keep everything so like in tune and so locked, like, and perfect. You know, if it's not, it's going to throw everything off.
Right. It's definitely that's you know, I hate it when the shit would like start doing the clicking thing and, you know, a cable will break. It was just like it's just too much maintenance. You know, having a linear cable is like simple. You cut it to your size, you fucking adjust your brakes how they feel, and then you fucking go rip. That's just like, you know, that's why I enjoy it and I stick to it. So.
Absolutely, yeah. My girlfriend, we built her a bike, and she's got a straight cable. I'm like, I'm not putting a gyro on your bike because you're not going to do tail whips, and at least not yet, you know, not yet. But yeah, she likes the straight cable. That's working for her. So
yeah, dude, my missus has been riding around on my signature complete. She doesn't like that the grips on it are definitely, they hurt her hands. It's got a gyro, but you know, she's been rolling and trying to keep up. So
yeah,
when I say try, I mean she's literally trying to keep up. Like I always forget, like, you know, she doesn't ride on a regular, so I like just go at my normal pace, and I look behind me, she'll be like fucking a mile back. I'm like, oh fuck.
Oh man, so true. I actually really liked the PRK, the 2019 one that you guys did. That blue was so nice, and I really liked the Tron like vibe. I actually watched the video on what Fit did for their complete catalog then, and I know that was like, you know, a big thing with Tony and Melissa, and it turned out so well, man. Like it was all those bikes were so good that year.
Yeah, they're definitely one of the best years. You know, like not the better years because all the fucking completes are super sick and everything that they do is super sick. But I was definitely I'm definitely honored and pumped to be a part of. Like I said, be a part of that. Doing that shoot was definitely interesting in its own. Like it was like one of those super long exposed shots where like I had to sit still, and it's hard for me to sit still, dude. Like I said, I have ADD up the ass, I'm hyperactive, and fucking always moving around. He's like, all right, Joey, sit still this time. It's funny because he was like walking around me and in front of me with his glow stick, and he clicked the camera, and I'd fucking like not twitch to like try to crack my head, or like, dude, you can't fucking move. I'm like, dude, shit, give me a beer.
Yeah, how funny is that? That like that happens to me all the time. Where they're like, do not move. You cannot move whatsoever. Like it's very important that you don't. And then instantly, all you want to do is you're like, motherfucker, I need to move right now. I got to do something. Like this is ridiculous.
Right. Yeah, I'd always like try to crack, like either crack my jaw or crack my neck, or I'd be blinking. Like you can't really see the blinking, but like you can because it would fucking like flutter out the fucking like the face portion of me. But yeah, it was fun. Definitely fun as shit. I know. I think I was riding like right before that. I think it was right before that. I was riding fucking Holman's bike across the way to the liquor store to get some fucking beer, and I was looking behind me because out there the traffic's pretty fucking wild. And I hit a pothole and went over the bars going like a Mach 10. And I came back and I had a huge hole in my shirt. I was like, what the fuck happened? I'm like, your bike happened, dude. It tried to kill me.
Oh, fuck. That's funny.
Yeah, it was fucking funny, man. But dude, fucking sick. I'm psyched, man. I appreciate you doing this.
Absolutely. Yeah, I've got a couple more questions here from the fans, and then I got one more for you, and then we'll end it off there if that's cool.
Fuck yeah, man. Shoot away.
Awesome. So, Shits on Ian from Instagram says, where have you been all my life?
I'm pretty sure that's Casey Smith.
Yeah, I believe so.
And that dude, shout out to him. For sure, like I grew up with that motherfucker as well. Like he's definitely one proponent of where my style fucking comes into. He's always been like a super style cat, super nice guy. Fucking love him. He's also got his own podcast out now too. So
hell yeah, that's rad, man. Honestly, I love podcasts. I listen to these all the time. Like every day, I listen to some sort of podcast. And, I guess that's why I have one. But I think the BMX, podcast game right now is getting a lot better. There's a lot of people getting into it. We had Troy McMurray. He had started his, I think. Yeah, and just a lot of them, there's a lot coming in, which is rad. I think that, we need more podcasts and more discussions going on. I think that's something that's really lacking in the BMX world.
Definitely, man. I love that. Like a lot of people are bringing it up, and like talking a positive note on what's going on in BMX, and I feel like people need to keep shit positive with the insanity that's going on. Obviously, there's there can always be shit talking because that's just human nature. But fucking, I love that people are rolling through with the podcast and being positive. It's like, bringing out the roots and bringing out, like certain people and certain styles and certain riding aspects. I love it all. It's definitely sick. People need to hear it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Live, for sure. I love what you guys are all doing. We gotta keep it going, man. Fucking, we can't have BMX dying anymore. We gotta keep it rolling. Even.
Absolutely, man.
Even with the world being on fire, we need to keep shit fucking going.
Fuck yeah. Yeah. In the past 6 months, I think I've had literally the best episodes of my podcast. And I've only been doing it for, just over a year, but like just the amount of people that I've talked to and whatnot through this show has been incredible. Like, you know, some of the biggest influences in BMX, Robbie Morales, fucking Ian Corriere, or Ethan Corriere, sorry,
Right.
Denham Cox, everybody, like literally some of the biggest names. Brian Chikinski, we had Jim Selinsky on a couple weeks ago too. And like,
Yeah.
it's just so cool that it all starts with just a conversation, you know, like it's literally, that's all it is.
Yeah. And that's, you know, it's sick, you know, like it's sick, you know, like, you know, what started you in riding your bike, or like why you stick to a certain platform of riding, you know, like that kind of shit's interesting, you know, like some people dog on it, but you know, like sharing about like why you stick to a certain riding style, or you know what you do or who you are, like that shit's interesting, and that's what people like to hear. Fucking, it's tight, man.
Hell yeah. All right. And then N2T BMX asks, what's your biggest no hop spinning tire tap you have done? Love from the UK.
Oh, fuck yeah. Shout out, Matt. I think it's 1260. I've done 1080 tap to fake E on corner, and I've done it 1260. I believe I'm like a super wide, like spine / volcano box thing with no hops, no bitch crank.
Damn, that is so wild.
Yeah. And I think I did that with a longer back end too. The rear end I'm riding now is 12.4. It definitely helps with that kind of shit, and like spins in the air and just, you know, overall manipulating the bike itself. But like, you know, I definitely want to, you know, give her a shot again and, you know, film that kind of shit. So in a line for sure. But yeah, I think it was about 1260. So
yeah, that's so wild, man.
I've sent like fucking, I've sent some tens over boxes and shit, but you know, I don't really. I mean, we have a few boxes out in the area that I can send it on. I haven't really, like, you know, pushed myself to do that kind of shit. I just been like trying to be different, I guess, just do me. So, but I think I need to like drop in and do shit like that again. Just open my own eyes and fucking chill with that.
Hell yeah. So Caleb Smith asks, what's the most recent trick that you have learned?
Fuck. Okay, I've learned some definitely new shit, like, you know, like critique some shit too. But like right now, what I'm pushing for, and kind of, I haven't like stopped yet, but a 720 Hurricane on a sub. So I'm gonna get that and hopefully have it in my my next edit. So keep them peepers peep and open for that 720 Hurricane on a sub. I've never seen it done. I've come close. Oh my shit! And you know, I just want to conquer it. That's something that I want to fucking do.
Absolutely, man. That would be so insane. I don't think I've ever seen a 720 Hurricane on a sub either.
Yeah, I haven't, and I definitely, you know, I want to push to do this first. So nobody try to steal this thing.
Yeah, fair enough, right?
Yeah, that you know, I've only seen one person do it. Like, you know, I haven't fully committed, but like, I want to do 722 thick end for sure. Like, I think Logan Martin was the person that I saw do it. So.
Yeah, that is so wild.
I want to do that for sure. I want to do that for sure as well. And I want a 7 over the spine to manual 180.
Oh, wow. That would be so wild.
Fuck yeah. I definitely have a bunch of shit. Like, I definitely have a bunch of shit in the works. And, you know, I'm currently working on a new video, you know, fresh off the injury. So that should be dropping, you know, in the next, like, 2 weeks, maybe a month, who knows.
Oh, damn, that's sick, man. I'm so excited for that.
Hell yeah. Just, you know, I'm trying to pump out as much content as possible, you know. I'm on social media, even though social media is a pile of shit nowadays, but hey, I love riding bikes and I love fucking, you know, showing off what I do.
There you go. Yeah, I think, you know, even just seeing clips of people riding like street and stuff when all this was going down at the beginning was it was a huge like help for a lot of people, you know? Like,
yeah, absolutely.
around here, all of our skate parks got shut down, like every single one of them, and it was, an $860 ticket if you were caught in the park. And like I know that they would let certain people get away with it, younger kids. Like there was a local kid who was like 16, and he got caught at the park, and the cops went to go to his fucking house and like talk to his parents that night. But I guess that because he lives in an apartment building, they couldn't figure out like what house he lived in. So then they just fucked off. But like one of his friends got a ticket for being mouthy. And then like, can you imagine being the fucking parent and then your kid comes home with like literally a close to $1,000 ticket?
Dude, I couldn't imagine that. Like, it's definitely mental. Like before, I don't know, like I know a lot of shit got shut down, and I'm sure it was the same pretty much there as it is here. But like, I know a few of the places, like if you like rode your bike at a skate park or skated or anything like that, they were doing a minimum $500 ticket to $1,500 ticket.
That is so fucking wild. Like just so crazy.
Yeah, it's fucking definitely mental. And there's a few skate parks out here like that you would see in a video or a photo and like, holy fuck, they don't know our bikes. That like literally the law enforcement, like there's been a few times where like young kids, a police officer will pull up, take the kid off the bike, and then take the bike away. And you had to go pay to get your fucking bike back.
Yeah,
like,
that shit blows my mind, because that is like, to me, that is so fucked up, because you can't just steal somebody's fucking bike and then make them pay for it. Like that is so fucked up, but like I kind of understand it at the same time. Like I don't agree with it, that's for sure.
Right.
Like just give the fucking guy a ticket, and like I don't know. I just think that's so fucked.
Definitely mental.
Alrighty, so hardcore BM or hard copy BMX DVD archive asks, "What's your favorite DVD?"
Oh wow. Are we talking BMX or are we talking overall like DVD?
I would say BMX.
Fuck, dude. I mean, one of my favorite actual BMX movies is Criminal Mischief, for sure. And then it's not a DVD, obviously. I don't know if I think they did DVD copies. I have to get like Criminal Mischief, and then one of the old Demolition videos with Chris Bennett fucking losing his shit. And I think his song to the fucking video part was Jimmy Eat World, Get It Faster. Like that. Those two are like definitely like some of my favorite fucking videos. But my favorite, I don't know, like favorite DVD. That's a hard question. Can't really fucking narrow it down for it. There's a lot of BMX videos out there that are fucking amazing.
Yeah,
so.
Yeah, man, that's for sure. For me personally, Anthem 2. I fucking bought the camera that filmed Anthem 2 from Jeff K, who won it in the giveaway recently that they were doing, or like the raffle.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah, so I bought that camera because like that video is what got me into filming BMX, and like what really got me truly into what I do now, which is rad.
Hell yeah, man.
Yeah, I'm pretty stoked. It sits behind me right above my computer. If my cameras were working tonight, people would be able to see it behind me, but for some reason my cameras decided to die out on me halfway through the stream.
Oh shit.
Not a big deal. Alrighty, and then the last question here from one of our listeners is from Joey, and he asked why you don't do bar spins, but we kind of already went over that.
Yeah, I just it's kind of like a mental block to me. I don't do them because of that fall, and just because I don't know. I feel like I just I don't know. I just ride the way I want to ride my bike. I just love what I do. And as I said before, that the whole bar spin thing kind of fucked me up. So that's why I knocked myself out. Forgot who I was. Thought I was a fucking part of a video game, and now I'm tortured by the trick. So I'm not gonna, I don't know. Maybe I'll fuck with him again, but who knows?
Yeah, fair enough, man. One of those tricks is like whenever you get super fucked up from a trick like that, it is kind of one of those things where I think a lot of people take a big step back from doing that specific trick, especially when it comes to bars, because like if you're in the air and you fuck up on a bar spin, there's like, quite a lot that can go wrong with that trick. Like I have always kind of gravitated more towards tail whips because at least I feel that you can run out of it or at least like, drag yourself on the bike and like kind of get out of it a lot easier.
Right.
Then like, with a bar spin, there's no fucking getting out of that. Like you're literally down with the ship.
Yeah, there's a so like backtrack. There's a movie, a BMX movie. I can't remember which one it is. It's an old ass fucking BMX movie. But somebody, I don't even remember the rider. All I know is that like what I'm about to say is a horror story. So this dude did a bar or a double bar over a box, like a fucking like not like bar, like a double bar, and his bars landed just like mine did, and he fucking crotched himself on the bars, and there was like no bars, so he legitimately like gashed open like right there above your dick on the pubic region, like a huge fucking gash, like massive from that bar spin. So yeah, the trick itself just fucking mental to me. That right there is sketchy. I don't know if there's anybody out there that can fucking remember or recall the movie I'm talking about. I'd have to, ask around some of my, the route riders and ask. Maybe Jody Donnelly might remember. But that was a fucking, seeing that, I was like, yeah, there's another reason why I don't see Boston.
Yeah, there's an old video of like Harry Mayne. I think it was Harry Mayne talking about him. I think it was a bar spin, but he didn't catch it, or there was something that happened where he got his fucking bar end to his nut and like literally fucking cut his sack open, and like his fucking one of his balls like came out. And I'm like, that is fucking terrifying, dude. I don't know if that happened from a bar spin, but from what I remember, I think it was.
Yeah, that's fucking mental.
Yeah, like so fucked up, man. Whenever you let go of the bars, you can be giving up quite a lot,
Right, exactly.
Oh man. But yeah, Joey, this has been awesome. Thank you so much for doing the show. I really appreciate this.
Dude, thank you so much for fucking having me, man. I appreciate it. I have nothing but love for being next family, and I have nothing but love for what you're doing. And I'm psyched, man. I look forward to many more episodes. And, sometime in the future, being a part of it again.
Absolutely, yeah. So,
awesome, bud.
Yeah, we got one more question for you. What is something that BMX has taught you that you have used in everyday life?
Just to be humble, be nice, talk to the people, like I always respond to like comments and messages, like, no one like, what is taught, like, that question right there is like, fucking don't be the cool guy, you're never too cool to fucking like not talk to somebody. You're never too cool to not wear a helmet, just be fucking rad, dude. Go out and fucking have fun. Talk to the people that look up to you. Talk to the people that you look up to. Have some fucking fun.
Hell yeah, man. That is such a good, positive statement, I definitely feel like there's a good portion of those dudes that you're talking about, and like some of them are really rad, but I just feel like some people don't give others the time of day. And I'm like, one of the things that really like helped me get really into BMX was messaging these big pros. And like, I remember messaging Sean Burns years ago and sending him a clip of me doing this big fucking gnarly rail hop. It was the scariest thing I've ever done on a bike, and probably the like, most impressive thing I've ever done on a bike. And it was huge, but it was one of those things that I looked up to him so much, and I sent him a photo of it, and he replied back pretty much instantly and was like, that is fucking wild, man. That is so crazy. Like, I'm so stoked to see that you're like, you've taken an influence from me. I think it is just one of those things that like Burns is just one of those fucking dudes that he's so humble, you know, like he's willing to speak to anybody about BMX because he knows that people love it just as much as he does.
Yeah, dude, Burns is definitely a dope dude. Definitely a good guy. He's definitely one that, you know, knows how to respond. He'll talk to people, you know, and that's good, you know. Like I said, just, you know, that's the advice. Don't be fucking too cool. Don't try to be a cool head, you know. Talk to everyone, be cool, be humble, have fun, love life, you know, because, you know, that's pretty much what we have.
Yeah, absolutely, man. That is such a good positive note to end off the episode, I think.
Hell yeah.
Cool, man. Well, again, thank you so much for doing this. Yeah, it means so much to me. We'll definitely have you back on the show at some point. I'm actually going to be hopefully traveling next year quite a bit, and I plan on, you know, meeting up with a lot of the guests that I've had in the past and just doing a face-to-face interview. So if you're down, I'm 100% down to do that.
Dude, when the border opens up and you're on your traveling guide, dude, you're welcome here. You're welcome anywhere we are. Like, we have no idea how long we're going to stay in Milwaukee, but wherever we are, you're fucking welcome.
Yeah, man, that'd be super rad. I'm excited for that.
That legitimately goes for anybody else that's traveling to this area and doesn't really know many bit, like much anyone. You know, don't be afraid to reach out, dude. Like, we're all fucking family.
Hell yeah, man. That's so rad. I'll definitely, you know, take you up on that offer. So
Hell yeah.
cool, man. Well, I think we'll end it off here. So again, thank you so much. Thank you guys for checking out the podcast today. Yeah, we'll see you in the next one. Peace.